Today, me and my godbrother are in New York City, and we are at one of the biggest dog shows in the world. We are at the Westminster Kennel Dog Show. As someone that works in pet care, this is an honor to be here and to be able to create content for you at home. I'm here outside of the Westminster Dog Show in New York City. It's currently 10 degrees outside, so I'm freezing my ass off. Gonna head inside soon, but I'm super excited to see all the doggies today. So when I came inside and I seen these posters, I was like, oh, it's official. I'm really here. Like, this is crazy. And I'm here with my godbrother. All right, so we made it inside. There's so many dogs around. I'm super excited to see all the different breeds, connect with a few companies, and just have some fun. So let's go. So as a kid, this show used to come on every year after the Thanksgiving Day parade. So as a native New Yorker, it is an honor to be here. Not only that, I love dogs and I'm a pet sitter, so being able to step out of the box and do something different within my field is really dope. So yes, this is actually my ideal weekend. But let's not forget why we're here. We're here to see them compete, okay? Over 2,000 dogs travel from all over the world to compete against each other at this show. This is a 3-day event, I believe. So this will go on for the rest of the week. But it's one of those experiences you have to see in person because these dogs are well trained and they came to win. And it wouldn't be a pet event if PETA don't show up. Anywho, thank you so much for coming along with me and my godbrother today. Okay guys, so I just got back from the dog show and I have a lot of thoughts. So let's talk about it. Okay, before we continue with this video, I have a little message for pet parents out there. As a pet sitter, I definitely see so many different dogs struggling with digestive issues, and a lot of it has to do with the food that they're eating. I know a lot of people think you could just give your dog whatever you see on the shelf, but down the line, you will pay for it. The vet bills are not getting cheaper, and honestly, we want our dogs to live a long and healthy life. So why not invest in the best food that they can possibly eat now? I recently partnered with the Farmer's Dog to provide pet parents with premium raw dog food. This food is created for dogs, but it's also made with grade A ingredients, meaning that they prioritize using the best quality food for pets. As a pet sitter, I observe dogs on a daily basis, and their food, their coat, and their poop matters, okay? I know it seems very minuscule to a lot of people, but it's a major thing. And as a pet parent, you want to make sure those are the top 3 things that you are observing and not overlooking. And that's why I love the Farmer's Dog, because they make sure to include that within the process of you selecting the right food for your dog. So before you even receive the food, you have to go through a questionnaire that asks you all the good things about your dog, their age, their breed, and obviously their temperament and their overall lifestyle. This helps to create a customized experience for your dog so that way they're getting the right food for them. And I can guarantee you, once you switch over from kibble to raw dog food, you will see a huge difference in how your dog interacts on a daily basis. And the food is made with fresh ingredients, including chicken, beef, and vegetables. We love that. So it's definitely time for your dog to step into the wellness era because we want to make sure that they live long and healthy lives. And of course, I have a code for you guys. If you click the link in my bio, you'll get 80% off your first box. Or if you follow me on Instagram, you will get 100% off your first box. So make sure you follow me on Instagram so you could try it out for free. Or if you're watching here on YouTube, you could click the link in my description to get 80% off your first box, which is an amazing deal, especially with such good quality food coming your way. And I just want to give a special thank you to the Farmer's Dog for partnering with me as a pet sitter. I've gotten nothing but great feedback from pet parents that's tried it out so far. So you next. Hee hee. Since this is like my second event pertaining to pets and me just going in as an observer and just exploring and seeing what's really out there, I do have a few takeaways and maybe some suggestions going forward. First and foremost, the show was amazing. There were so many different dog breeds. They were very competitive, energetic dogs, super sweet dogs. At least from the distance, I've seen different relay races with the different dogs. I've seen the dogs interact with ducks. Like, it was insane. Nothing that I've ever seen before in person. I take care of dogs every day. So like seeing them actually like interact with other dogs and there not be a fight, like it's beautiful. It's nice to see dogs being dogs, but also enjoying themselves, being active and just having fun, really. I will say the games are very intense, but it only looks intense from my point of view because the dogs are very energetic. Like they're trained to win. So this is a big championship for them, and it allows them to compete with other dogs. So in retrospect, it's fun and games, but I'm sure after every, race, they were super tired and they just wanted to go to sleep, which is good. I feel like that's good for, their energy levels, and it allows them to have like an even temperament by bedtime. So that's always good. We love that. But as far as, the different things that were going on, when I first came in, they had like a little photo op area where you can take pictures. Okay. So we both went to the show together, which is really nice. There was a lot of different companies. There was Purina and a few other companies that I didn't necessarily recognize, but it was nice to see them. Um, More on the high end side when it comes to like pet care companies. Yeah, so when you come in, they have like a little like exhibit where they display the history of the dog show, because this has been going on for years. Like this is something that has been going on for a very long time. Growing up, I used to watch the dog shows after like the Macy's Christmas Day, or is it Christmas? I used to watch it after the Thanksgiving Day parade, and yeah, I think it's the Thanksgiving Day parade. I used to watch it. So I always said when I grow up, I want to go to the dog show, but I didn't know how. Like, I never knew you could just buy tickets. So thank God for adulting. So I bought the tickets. The tickets were $65 each, which is on the pricier side in comparison to the Pet Expo that I went to the other day in Jersey. So I would say I'm paying New York prices. If you're going to the Westminster Dog Show, you are going to be paying premium New York prices. I will say the show is a little all over the place because there's different races going on, and also the people that are taking care of the dogs to do the race, they seem very exhausted too. So you might see a dog breeding like, oh my God, they're so cute, I want to approach them. But I feel like they were a little overstimulated, like they were very overwhelmed. I didn't feel like people were as friendly as at the Pet Expo. Like people were very friendly. I felt like you can interact with them more, versus here it felt a little distant. Now I don't know if it was because of me or because they had a lot going on, but I'm just gonna assume that they just had a lot going on because yeah, that's weird. I definitely felt a different energy, as someone that grew up in New York, and then going to an event that was in Manhattan, in New York City, like it just felt different compared to like the New York experience. I feel like as New Yorkers, we're very like community based and interactive, and we ask questions and we interact differently, like we socialize differently. But I didn't feel that. So maybe it's just me. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Just a little weird observation that I had. But other than that, I was really excited to be there. It was definitely a brand new experience, and I feel like a lot of different people enjoyed it. There's a lot of different photo op opportunities. Also, I wanted to point out that PETA was there and they were very active. They were there doing photo ops as well. So I found that to be very interesting. I understand why PETA exists. Okay, let me just acknowledge that. But it was very interesting seeing them there. They even had like a billboard outside of the venue. So it was very interesting seeing that power dynamic. Like as soon as they came closer to the door, there were a bunch of police like surrounding and pretty much letting them know you cannot come inside. So yeah, that was an interesting experience that I just want to throw in there. I just feel like it's a great way for you to get out. I met a few dog lovers along the way. There was a bunch of ladies that wore like dog sweaters. So I took a picture with one lady. Her name was Jess as well. Like both of us have the same pre-name. She was Jess and I was Jess. So we took a picture together, which is super cute. And yeah, that was pretty much it. I stayed for about like an hour and a half, probably 2 hours. So that was nice. And yeah, so if you're interested in going, definitely check it out if you're in New York, especially this time of year. Yeah, the weather is not the greatest. I feel like the weather is better for Thanksgiving, but if you decide to go in January, let me know your thoughts. Anyways, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.